What is up, YouTube? A poor man's guide to Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, coming at you with a TG deck profile. I used to play TGs a long time ago, and I was just looking through some of my old cards, and I was like, whoa, this stuff can still be relevant now with card demise and stuff like that. So this is a stun-based deck, a lot of Beast Warrior action going on in here. So to start it off, we've got two Beast King Barbaros. This is like the big beat stick monster every deck. If you tribute summon it using 3 monsters, it can destroy all monsters your opponent controls, or cards, I'm sorry. So it's pretty solid. You can normal summon it without tributing. It has 1900 attack, so it's pretty good with that secondary effect. One Majesty's Fiends, because negating monster effects is key in this format for sure. It's only a one of because you don't really need it that much. It kind of hurts you a little bit, but it's not that bad. 3 Reborn Tenku. This is a floater. Basically, what it does when it dies, it brings another copy of itself. So rank 4 plays and all that stuff. And it's not once per turn, so that's good. 2 Gorilla for consistency, because they're all Beast Warriors except for a couple of them, like Rhino. But basically, get the Tenki out, destroy some stuff, and rank 4 plays. 3 Rush Rhino for just, it's also a floater. All the TG monsters are floaters. When they die, you get to add a TG monster from your deck to hand. So it's always a very helpful secondary effect. This one, when it attacks, it gains 400 attack, so that puts it at 2000, which is pretty solid for a level 4. 3 Werewolf, basically, if you special summon level 4 lower monster, you can special summon this card out. It's not a tuner, but you can do a couple rank 3 plays with itself if you have 2 in the hand, because it's not once per turn. It's good. It dies at the end of the turn, though. Then, of course, it floats, as always. It's a Beast Warrior also. You can use Tenki to search it out and stuff like that. 2 TG Striker. It's your tuner monster for the deck. If it's also like a Cyber Dragon. So if you opponent control a monster, you control no monsters, but I'll summon it out. Then synchro up from there. That's it for the monsters. 16 monsters, not that many. It's a very balanced deck in terms of ratios of cards. 1 Raigeki for just monster removal. 2 Dark Hole, because all your monsters are floaters, except for like a couple of them. And triple card demise. This helps a lot. Like, the only things, there's really nothing you're not going to use unless it's a monster that you're going to draw off this. Because in card demise, you get like Raigeki or Dark Hole, you play those right away, and then you get pluses from there, or you use Duality, or you can just always set Tenki. So that's good, and then you run a whole bunch of traps. So card demise is a very relevant card in this deck. It helps a lot. Consistency is not a problem with this deck for sure, with all these draw power cards. 3 Duality, draw power, don't really special summon that much. I guess you've got synchro plays, but they're not like the main focus of the deck. This is somewhat like a watered down version of Cosmo. Is would probably a good way to put it. 3 Tenki searching, and all your monsters that are Beast Warrior, you get 100, so that's a little bit helpful, but very good card. Run this at 3 with the Gorilla. This card is a different type of card. It's an interesting card. I like it a lot because it's boosting, but it's called Horn of the Phantom Beast. Basically, you target a beast or Beast Warrior monster you control, gain 800 attack, and then when it destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard, when it dies, you get to draw a card. So that's really good for even more draw power and just boosting up your monsters. And so you can do it during damage check. It's a trap card, so very good card. So 3 of those, and then 3 Rippling Mirror Force. This is the best Mirror Force in my opinion, besides Quaking. Doesn't target, doesn't do any of that fun stuff. It's like a crazy Ignister. Shovels back all monsters, all attack position monsters your opponent controls. So solid card. 1 Torrential Tribute, because everything is a floater pretty much. 2 EM1. Basically, this card is like creature swap. You have a TG monster you control, and so you switch control with your opponent's monster. So 2 of those. It's a really fun trap to play on your opponent's turn, and then like attack you or something. So that's always really fun to screw with your opponent with that. 1 Vanities, one skill drain, and one warning, all standard type of stuff. Vanity's a good card in this deck because you don't special summon a lot, obviously, and it slows them down. Skill drain again with monster effects being negated and stuff like that. Under the extra deck, one Leo. You can make Leo with Striker and Barbaros, or you can do Striker, Tengu, and something else. But it's pretty easy to get out. I get this out maybe every other game, not that often. This is probably the one I get out the least is Scarlight because basically the only way to get it out is to go special summon this and then having two in this in the hands and then just going into level 8. So Scarlight is very good. It destroys all monsters your opponent controls, as many special summon as possible, and then they take 500 damage. So it's just crazy good. It's like a $30 card, honestly, if you get the Ghost Rare. Secret's probably like 25, but it's an expensive card, but it's very, very good. One Goyo, just stealing your opponent's monsters, and it's 28 beat 6, so that's pretty solid. Charge for draw power, Librarian for draw power, Gladiator, again for draw power. Basically, when it attacks, it does piercing, and then when it gets destroyed, you get to draw a card. So it's pretty good. Level 5 plays. It's Striker and Werewolf for these two, and then for the 6s, it's just obviously the 2 and the many 4s. Harbinger for double Barbaros, which never happens, but what does happen, I've seen this happen once in the game, is I've gone Scarlight, and then I've gone Barbaros, and then just gone and overlaid into Harbinger. So it comes up every once in a while, but not that often. One Beatrice, I mean, it's okay. You don't really use it that much. I just honestly use it for instead of a downward because it just looks cooler. You can definitely go into it if you were to do charge plus majesties or something, if you needed that extra attack point boost. But there's nothing really you need to send to the graveyard that much. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of reason to do that. But it's still a fun card to play, and it screws with your opponent thinking that it's a floater, and there's really nothing to float, so you can play from there. One Lightning and one Utopia, just for crazy plays. Two Tiger King, because it's just like a very overpowered card. Negates all the effects on the field. When it dies, you can special summon 2 level 4 lower Beast Warrior monsters, so very good in this deck. Rank 4 plays like crazy. So 2 of those. One Honor Arc for stealing stuff. One Dweller for shutting down BA and Monarch and Cosmo even. And then one Dante for a couple Werewolves. So thank you for watching. Please leave a like. Comment what deck I should profile next. Don't forget to subscribe for new deck profiles every other day, pretty much like that. I've finished school on Thursday, I believe, and I will have videos pretty much every single day after that. That's my goal. My goal is to have a new video every single day. So leave those new ideas for new decks. Subscribe if you want to see me do them and check them out with as much as possible stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching.